last time on Final Fantasy III, we arrived at this cave we're entering now. And we're going to initiate a conversation with Desch, which, funny thing about this is, you can't actually get it outside of the cave, to my knowledge. But the thing is, the cave he's talking about here is the one we're in. The people he is talking about are not standing very far. There is one man slightly to our left. See, that's him right there. We'd be talking to him right now if not for the fact that we have to send mail first, because, as I said before, I'd like to get the Topapa letters finished. Gonna talk about a chocobo? Well, that's good for him. I suppose we'll mention that we've also been on a chocobo, and while I'm at it, I might as well ask the important questions, because I feel he's been holding out just a tiny little bit. Anyway, though, now let's talk to this guy over here. Just get into this cave. Desch is like, oh, somewhere around here there are blind soothsayers. I wonder where they could be. One's just standing over here like, I'm not deaf, dude. Seriously. Rude as hell, man. Desch just walks into a fire station. I wonder if anybody fights fires around here. And there's just a bunch of firefighters sitting around a table playing cards or something, just looking at him. He's some kind of weirdo. Yeah, that sure would be a terrible thing to wake up to. Yeah, like you're living in a cave and there aren't even any beds around here, guys. Do you just stand all day? Alright, secret thing right here. Very obvious secret thing. It's damn near impossible to miss. Mage robe, good. Mage armor, fire staff, good mage weapon, but I believe we definitely have an ice staff, I know that. But yeah, those staff weapons are always handy to have. But now let's talk to these guys. Let's have them exposit at us. Oh, we've already heard this on the title screen, so you can stop talking now, please. We've already heard all of this. All of it. Oh, thank goodness he stopped there. Yeah, the weird trees are calling for me, that's great. Changes destinies? Is that like changing trains or something? Ugh, God, why couldn't it be the weekend? It's a late weekday, and now I gotta change destinies. There are no express destinies available. Oh, well, we just got the spell Toad. Hey, here's the spell Toad. You're gonna need this. By the way, Desch, you're important. Okay, bye. I guess the soothsayers don't really care for us. I blame you, Desch. You were the one who just came in like, gee, I wonder where the soothsayers are, so they're probably not too terribly fond of us. He said like 2 sentences to me. I believe him. Ayla, don't blow it. Come on, we might be able to get rid of them. Alright, so if it wasn't obvious already, our next destination is the Tower of Owen, which, thankfully, while it's a fair distance away, I wouldn't even say a fair distance, but it's just a short little trip because right here there's a chocobo forest. Why yes, I would love to be able to go to the Tower of Owen without getting any sort of random encounters. That would be fantastic, thank you. As I said, it's right over here. Actually, that is a pretty good distance away now that I look at it. It's time for like 8 frickin' consecutive random battles, I'll bet. Ah well, here's the Tower of Owen. There's actually a very rare enemy here, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to run into, because it's a rare enemy and it only appears on this floor. In the DS version, and the NES version, it was actually removed. Its sprite is in the game, it's just never actually used in the game proper, but it's called the Fury, it's not all that tough, it's a flying enemy, so it's weak to arrow. It's got some decent attack on it, actually. Probably some of the best in the entire area, but it doesn't have any particular spells or attack abilities. And here's the first point in which we actually need to use Toad, which is the spell we just got from the Golgan. Well, bye, Minnie, I don't really want you. I don't really want Toad either, but the thing about Toad is, we're just going to walk through this area, and here we are in the actual dungeon, and we can remove Toad. However, while Toad isn't as bad because you don't have to go through the dungeon while toaded, the thing is, that does waste an entire 2 points of magic. 2 is a lot of magic. Oh, crap! Oh, it figures I'd run into some of the worst enemies in the area right off the bat. Petite mages can cast Blizzara and Silence. And that's a lot of damage, and also their physical attacks can petrify you. Fun, right? Yeah, these are such fun enemies. They have ruined so many runs. So very many runs. Sometimes right off the bat as well. Anyway. Oh. I'm sorry, really? Welcome to the Tower of Owen, and your doom! You're scared, right? And Nail is just like, That was voice, whatever, moving on. Anyway, so, bit of a weird thing about Toad is, technically speaking, it does prevent you from using magic. Despite the fact that I did use magic in the overworld, I believe if you try to use magic in battle, it won't work. However, it also lowers your attack and defense, so basically Toad is an even worse version of Mini, because when you're minied, at least you can cast magic. So yeah, that's why there are no Toad sections, because you wouldn't be able to fight anything at all. And thankfully, you do see yourself as a Toad in the overworld, so you can't forget to untoad yourself, which would be a very bad thing, trust me. So, Tower of Owen, I know it looks very linear, and it is, but I have to say I rather like this dungeon's design. Oh, sorry, spooky voice from the ceiling. Did you seriously just interrupt me to laugh? That's it? Come on, mysterious voice in the ceiling, you can do better than that. Oh, you're just gonna drop this in a very optional conversation, might I add. I am triggering all these conversations with Desch, because they're all optional, all of them. I think that's the last one, though, even though we're fairly far from the top. It does cut off at kind of a weird point, but yeah, Desch's an ancient, they're just gonna tell you that. They'll just, like, briefly tell you that once we get to the point where that's actually important, but he explains it, well, not even really explains it, he just states it over there. God, is that you? You saying that? 'Cause you're kinda wimpy. So, there's actually a hidden thing right here, switch or a lever or whatever it happens to be, that doesn't activate until we get yelled at. Yeah. Anyway, I was talking about the dungeon before. It's very linear and it's all contained within a tower shape, but I have to say I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking area. Aesthetically, it's damn good looking. I like the whole mechanical feel of it. Music, I don't know, I'm not huge on this particular song. Now, to be fair, I think it's better than the standard dungeon song in complete fairness. Not amazing, but it's something different. You know, I guess it's kind of dramatic. Nothing really feels like it has any weight story-wise, but this is a fairly important dungeon considering the fact that this dungeon in itself is holding this entire sky continent, well, in the sky, and apparently somebody wants to destroy it, and also laugh at us while doing so. I don't really know why they're taking time out of their day to do that, but hey, whatever floats their boat. So we got another Sonic Knuckles. I will gladly equip that. Look at how my attack raised. Pretty good, right? And I do need to cure. Just want to do that. Normally I cure off screen, but hey, I was on the menu, so I might as well. Right, we are getting close to the end, and thankfully, given I haven't restarted this dungeon, that must mean that, you know, I haven't run into any huge, horrible encounters that have just destroyed my party. Like with the petite mages. I mean, we're not really getting much variety here. I don't think I've found all that many enemies. There's an enemy called the Fardarig that has Blizzara, Blind Toad, Poison, Bloodbat, which is a flying enemy, but it doesn't really have anything, can't even drain you of your blood. There's Pugman, which is a great name. Oh, and we're at the end. That last one does Fire, Blizzard, Poison, Sleep, and Blind. But this is the boss, however, and she's far more important. I'm waiting for this tower to give me 2 high fives! And when it does, oh boy, it'll be sorry. Alright, bring it on. Oh, jeez. Now that's a Medusa head if I ever saw one. Right, Medusa, 3000 HP, 35 attack, 22 defense. As for abilities, Stare, Fire, Blizzard, Thundara, and of course, she attacks twice, and with those attacks, she can silence you. And given she is a Medusa, I'm sure you can guess what that particular gaze ability does, right? Or Stare, I'm sorry, that's what it's called. Stare is actually different from gaze, I was just getting the terms mixed up. Thank you for attacking Xavier twice. He's low on health, but that counterattack is now coming in useful. But anyway, yeah, her Stare ability, that does have the chance of causing petrification. Specifically a 1/3 chance, I believe. I mean, to be fair, are you really surprised that Medusa can petrify you? So this is kind of the worst battle so far. I mean, I know I complained about the giant rat, but honestly, with a good enough setup, giant rat's pretty easy. Medusa, on the other hand, gave me a lot of trouble, and there were a fair few takes I had to, well, take. Because sometimes she was just relentless with that Stare ability, and it was just constantly turning me to stone. And also because I kind of have a no party member left behind policy, if I ended the battle with somebody petrified, well, that also counted for a restart. I don't want anybody dead. Basically, since Ayla's doing some damage, and, well, William's doing a lot of damage as well, because, of course, her weakness is ice. I mean, it's kinda obvious she's a fire boss, but, yeah, she is weak to ice, just in case the fact that I was constantly attacking for that wasn't obvious. But you're gonna want to use that, of course, if you got a Black Mage, and hopefully that does a ton of damage, because 3000 HP is a fair amount to take out, but, yeah, keep your Black Mage safe, and keep your main, physical damage dealer safe if you have one. I mean, Xavier could probably be doing a little more damage, because Retaliate won't always work, so yeah, generally after a while I just decide, you know what, screw it, I'm kinda done retaliating. To be fair, I did get very lucky at the start with Medusa just attacking him twice in a row. That definitely helped put some damage on her very early on, but thankfully Fyra doesn't actually do too much damage on a group anymore. Still does a pretty good chunk of damage on a single person though, and that of course is the other problem if she just decides, you know what, I really want to burn these people, I'm gonna burn you once, and maybe I'll burn the entire group as well, and oh yeah, by the way, main healer has been silenced, but that was way too late for her, because that's the end of Medusa. To be fair, that was a pretty lucky battle for me. She didn't really do anything that was too terribly inconvenient for me, didn't petrify anyone, so really wasn't a game of survival, I was just able to do some damage and heal a bit. Well, bye. She just disappears. No last words, just explodes. Should have stayed asleep. Yeah, good for you. Gonna jump in the oven now? Look, just do whatever you're gonna do, but do it quickly. Why do you have to be a mechanic inside the molten flow? That seems like a very bad design decision. Who built this tower? Was it you? Was it you and a partner? I assume. No, please, Desch, don't jump in the oven, anything but that. Yes, it's his destiny to jump in the big ol' oven. Come on. Alright, I'm sure I would have guessed that on my own. Now jump into the oven. Yeah, you will forget about me because you're going to die horribly. There you go. Bye! Oh wow, he just throws us on the ship. Way to go, Desch. You gotta be a jerk. Yeah, he just threw us on our faces, couldn't even send us down gently. Wait, there's a maelstrom? Maelstrom? Okay, I guess that counts as a very violent, horrible storm that would have torn our ship apart. Well, we have a little more access to the ocean now. Yeah, sure, right, we're in his debt. Okay, whatever, let's go to the Dwarves Island. Sure, yeah, right, whatever, but, yeah, now we're free of Desch. Hooray! Oh, come on. We've known him for all of 10 minutes. And when he wasn't being an ass, he was expositing as us. And while we could move on and sail even more of the seas, I think that's about it for this episode. So, next time on Final Fantasy III, we go to this Dwarves Island or whatever it is, and this time without Desch.